We are the Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nal Hutta, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If you wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot. It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar Shaddaa orbits it. Nal Hutta's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years. Yeah, some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers, so others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy. It won't be easy. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in, or find you once you arrive. Not everyone who came to Nar Shaddaa were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians, and the Jedi. Left a lot of people wandering the galaxy. Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar Shaddaa at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice. Yeah, some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers, so others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy. Shouldn't be too hard. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in, or find you once you arrive. I've plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's going to find us here.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While he walks upon the Smuggler's Moon, he is not to be harmed. You may watch him, observe his movements, but nothing more. You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu es rectonatada ber mabarjokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra.
Bani sokokran, joka mata storch ban locha. Joana masaranka ma ramazurata. Keso juskrita lorsa. Yumacha fu eko mikuchira.
Loka kamaran endoso ranwi no chabi. Tu rantamana sobu. Febko emaream gawata situ insula raka chata. Tamaso kinchuda wanka. Mopi unawana si chokoratawa.
request. If KOTOR's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
Tahupo boteño go jucho picha, gwen tabani sochu, norotoga proto lalashishi, juvadosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitoro, Joanna masaranka ma ramazurata, keso juskrita lorsa, yumacha fuego mikojira, kawanabota atagwa kankadira, yutaka alwanji yumaliba, tues mahawika si wawanta mo guika wansoba, wakama nurawa.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Honta no saka, jita bedwana maticha, tono tucha, tocha ramakaka musuran kana. Honta no saka, jita bedwana maticha, si machadana, dona we searcha makaran.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Never have I been to a place so alive with the Force, yet so dead to it. The contrast is like a blade.
Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours. Sure, most of the landing pads around here are unclaimed, or should be. They're pretty badly maintained, so they're not safe to land on. Well, I mean, not this one. But they all have the reputation, so we should be all right. I think. Maybe a little, but landing here means we didn't have to transmit our ID signature. You know what trouble that always brings. In fact, while we're here, we should get those signatures changed. Wouldn't make us such a target when we enter a new system. No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the Exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of. Yeah, in all its glory. Don't get your hopes up from what you see here, though. As soon as we hit the main sector, that's when the smell and the mobs can get pretty bad. No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the Exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of. Yeah, in all its glory. Don't get your hopes up from what you see here, though. As soon as we hit the main sector, that's when the smell and the mobs can get pretty bad. All right then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you. There should be a central trading hub up ahead. Their stock's probably not the best, but they may have some things worthwhile. Well, that means finding either a bounty hunter, a ranking member of the Exchange, or someone willing to talk, none of which are too appealing. Bounty hunters in the Exchange are going to want to shoot you, and someone who is willing to talk to anyone, which means trouble.
The bounty is a waste of our efforts. All that matters is the Jedi. The intentions of the thugs of this moon are of no consequence.
This bounty poses a threat to him. We do not need two beasts at our back when the Sith are enough.
I agree. They're nothing more than a distraction. But even a distraction may prove fatal at a critical moment. We must protect him.
I do not wish your support, Dark Jedi. Your words only undermine my arguments.
If you are so certain of your path, then do what you will, servant of Atris. It makes no difference.
It's up to you. There's bound to be someone in the sector willing to spill their guts for a credit or two.
Finding a Jedi, or anyone else touched by the Force here, will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions, it makes detection difficult.
The moon is a swarming cloak, a shadow of emotions. It is an effective shield, but if we come near the Jedi, I may be able to see him.
You will not come near the Jedi. I will not allow it.
You mistake my intentions. I care nothing for this Jedi. But if finding him will speed our journey, then I will aid you in your search.
We do not need your assistance, Dark Jedi.
Enough. This moon does not get any smaller while we debate. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're gonna search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible. Alright, if you have any questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You! You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad! Huh? My trash heap? Fine, land there! My trash heap's all that's keeping your ship from making the final plunge. And trust me, it won't be long in coming, I promise you. I got some visitors booked for your space, but I'm sure the two of you can work it out when they arrive.
My life. Is yours.
No! Look, you can't keep us trapped in the refugee sector. We can't survive there. You've got us locked in. Thanks for your help. They would have took me, sure. If you save me to cripple me again, then you're worse than they are. What do you want with me? Well, they work for the Exchange, for a Quarren named Visquis. He's looking to step up in the Exchange. The only language the Exchange respects is money, so Visquis is trying to increase his profits by using the refugees here in Nar Shaddaa as a cheap labor force. We're only good to him as slaves and merchandise. He wants to keep us in one place, so he can control us. That's always been the way. Well, except lately. The Exchange has been clamping down on the refugee sector hard, and I've no idea why. They've started kidnapping people, hurting others, but there seems to be no reason to it. You don't. He comes to you. If he's got reason to. Either because you can help him out, or because you're making trouble. Either way, it's not a good thing. Whatever your reasons, thanks.
I saw what you did to those Exchange thugs, stranger. Can you spare a few credits, maybe help another refugee in need?
Forgive me, stranger, please. I beg you, do not kill me.
Why did you do such a thing? Giving in to your feelings over such a small matter. They would be better served elsewhere. Then what would you rather do? The Force binds all things. The smallest push, the smallest touch, sends echoes throughout life. These acts of cruelty may have more severe repercussions than you know, or can see. Cruelty leads to suffering, and when one suffers, it is the way of life to spread suffering. The suffering within builds until its sound is all one hears. And when a kindness is offered, it is punished, and a greater darkness is served. From one act can come tremendous power when the echo has traveled as far as it can. Send a great echo, and power will come to you. The day shall come when you can test your strength, I promise you.
Spare a few credits, friend? All right. I don't know much beyond the refugee sector here, but I can share what I know. This sector's filled with refugees from the Jedi Civil War, and even as far back as the Mandalorian Wars. Refugees and war veterans both, and anyone else who was rendered homeless by the war. The Jedi destroyed planets across the galaxy, and here's where the wreckage ended up. A lot of space lanes cross at Nar Shaddaa, and once here, it's hard to move on. Even fighter pilots from the war can't get work at the docks. The freighter crews are full up. There's no work here and no way out, unless you want to become a hired muscle for the exchange, or work in a Hutt slave camp. Jedi Master? There aren't any Jedi Masters in the galaxy, let alone on Nar Shaddaa. This place is a cesspit, with the exchange and the Hutts stabbing their claws into everything. But you know, I did hear something about a bounty on Jedi, though. Something the exchange posted. Doesn't matter, though. Aren't any more Jedi around, so no one's going to be collecting that bounty. Not much to say, except it's a high price. You need to find a bounty hunter to get more, and they've been pretty scarce lately. You might have more luck trying to find someone connected to the exchange. And I don't mean some spaceport muscle, I mean someone connected. No idea. Could be one of them crossed the exchange, and they're looking for revenge on all of them. Well, they tend to lay low. To be honest, it's like with bounty hunters. You may need to do something to get their attention. Friend, you did promise some credits in exchange for information. What do you want? I've got nothing to tell you.
And what did he want?
Just answers to some questions. Asked about a Jedi Master of all things.
Really? Interesting.
Geraktada cemense bengar rukutoto unde chuchamataso benkish manensitsi. Fela dibono ta munikranakada. Teriwana jun konata dela raguno tunna. Dai rinto run kawre kare papanala ranchinga. Terache wemeno toto rere senisenten. Charanana gundoso remine che l'orakto guru katpada. Fiora tora pada no ringatel che Marauder te la fibu nubu da bikarana cenirara.
Sullistan's hearing's pretty sharp, if you couldn't guess from the lobes.
Va te vaka reware. Sumukun chere nurigrom. Mune idere riba kono dosa. Barinkeshka bunsa te lanzamenta tasa. Der interunto wakare kwe wap gerebu. Nenso telepachan gorsada nane grael gra dall'onuta choloren. Do nerindisa gunik tenasa ferenzenta sankifero astawe. Terasta ferenzetta nelalnan.
Big Ears here might know someone who can change the Ebon Hawk's ID signature. Could be useful for avoiding notice.
Teriwana jun konata dela raguno tunna. Dai rinto run kawre kare papanala ranchinga. Terache wemeno toto rere senisenten. Teriwana jun konata dela raguno tunna. Dai rinto run kawre kare papanala ranchinga. Terache wemeno toto rere senisenten. Der rinto run to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Nenso telepachan gorsada nane grael gra dall'onuta choloren. Charanana gundoso remine che l'orakto guru katpada. Fiora tora pada no ringatel che Marauder te la fibu nubu da bikarana cenirara. Wana jun senisensen drawice che nel commercio ce la fibu nalot. Docent horinteri. Gele resonto cenig rexi contunso des jun karatata. Der interunto wakare kwe wapa teratana chingaradana. Fera rampada no ringtada nel camera ce la fibu nubu dat. Dosene karamalak blur incidenara mel rebe chinchin kranaktada.
kraci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska wamba. Gavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa, bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Bornacinin sopa maranka wongo kumbiaste, tonga buga shame zanini chonkai chitera ritsa sabata. Tonino ba pinkone yaka, chuba picha, tuna yuma mochinawa. Porchi, no más su nombre, Prince Runta. Unta chiwita inka kikraya na chawanga kone. Tarachomo sincho kava volpa muliji kumanaminta barawamba michedos. Moloda nawinke sa toma no kamarondisi makaranti.
Malampas tarawando krimogawan. Kurmaka trakta vashambash. Joruga komoshi. Juto manshi dakajim.
Jun soba me rapa, no kuma randisa makchiksa. Kucha bak tong kinka mata kata. Chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes.
Malampas tarawando krimogawan. Kurmaka trakta vashambash. Joruga komoshi. Juto manshi dakajim. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya. Tache morota kamsa. Javaskobo sabjob. Rijiso karvenokso. Mochito sasa grindeyo. Bani sokokran. Joka mata storch ban locha.
Jun soba me rapa, no kuma randisa makchiksa. Kucha bak tong kinka mata kata. Chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes.
Mogachi nota harempe wanachi. Drumpaba nakares magre. Kavadumpa ku papayi mokata. Yuzuta monorcha des. Noma inso dizinko. Tahupo boteño go jucho picha, gwem taba ni sochu, norotoga proto lala shishi, juba dosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo. Takam tuchis miku mogo graba, ke chichul ida hodonga, mi paden, tuning tachu kun ni best, kavadumba ku. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tache morota kamsa javaskobo sabjob richi Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tache morota kamsa javaskobo sabjob richi so karvenokso mochito sasa grindeyo.
Krech, mizoto minaka de sama krema krach vituto, vakaraze zon mama. Potaka chibing tano, vereka tocha heremba, sobo rama hota watakan.
Krema nanga, kashmun reka chota joka. Kawanabota tagwa kanka dira. Yutaka alonji yumaliba, tues mahawika si wawanta mo guika wansoba. Wakama nurawa. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javaskobo sabjob. Rijiso karvenokso, mochito sasa grindeyo. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javaskobo sabjob, rijiso karvenokso, mochito sasa grindeyo. Mogachi nota harempe wanachi, drumpaba nakares magre, kavadumpa ku papayi mokata. Yuzuta monorcha des, noma inso dizinko. Tahupo boteño go jucho picha, gwem taba ni sochu, norotoga proto lala shishi, juba dosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo. Kawanabota tagwa kankadira. Yutaka alwanji yumaliba. Tues mahawika si wawanta mogu ika wansoba. Wakama nurawa. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya. Tachimorota kamsa. Javaskobo sabjo. Rigiso karvenokso. Mochito sasa grindeyo.
Loka kamaran endoso ran with no chabi. Du rantamana sobu. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Donos imaragith. Wanarakorachi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata. Loka kamaran endoso ran with no chabi. Du rantamana sobu. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha.
Dorota sinta winoto. Butemali lichuna jichiska. Un corda saboraco. Crimso chi mapo hirembi kachapas pato. Kruta mawi tonapa makaret. Me poga rifti noso me mas tolo. Yokolopoi. Buona muki. Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta maasapa. Tong hitwa maji. Yuma liba to ato into tune. Sotimo, insando trampadon, morinto kawaka na chitoro, mosutra nekuchimu-san, kabaracho leko wamba ni jekinta no. Tonichi ramagrinzo mosrapana, rakacho mot nichoran, kuno konasa.
Teruhuta, chinking, ni bobo, ni doncho. Watakla tunji, mula rayi mula kritirite, krakolo mebosa. Kawana bota yuntatanga kinamatura.
tayaita, tapos anansata. Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa, bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Tarak krono king bolotunga chopa chavwa genrut.
Botenya go jucho picha, Gwem tabani sochu, Norotoga proto lala shishi, Jubadosa jibacha, Ratak mansan, Tokosha na chitolo, Kavadumpe masuraku, Popayi botenya, Tachimorota kamsa, Javaskobo sabjo, Rigiso karuenoxo, Mochito sasa grindeo.